brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bucs and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
On the first snap, here's Mayfield. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Mayfield now. And he can't find multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line, but not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now it's Darnold. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's caught in the end zone for a Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Point after here coming up. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
To throw, Mayfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield to throw it. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team.
And got his man complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 59 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Darnold now to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Mayfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Darnold. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And brought down the number 4. They're inside the 25. 16 more on that one and another first down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
This is caught by Addison. And he'll be touchdown in the end, but a big play on that one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Darnold to throw again. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed did they earn throughout the year? Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
In motion, the tight end. Now Mayfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Give them 32 on the play.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Here's Darnold. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. He got 29 yards that time.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Again, Darnold. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. A shotgun snap for Darnold. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. To feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now 3rd down and very long. Now back to throw. And he's got it. The defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this 4th quarter. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.